Australia, home of the possum, cool surfer dudes, strange lingo, now worries mate, fair dinkum, lots of sunshine and the Bonza Barrier Reef. It's the biggest, most spectacular coral reef in the world, and what's more, every creature is linked to another. Just imagine one huge family tree dating back 18 million years. From the minuscule to the mammoth to the miraculous, they're all connected in Barney's Barrier Reef. Ah, the Great Barrier Reef. I've got the sun, the sea, I'm surrounded by the most beautiful fish, coral and creatures in the world. So peaceful. Let's have a bit of a snooze. Ah, yes. Hey, whoa, what's going on? Oh, it's you, what are you doing?
There's no time for snoozing, Barney. If I was a Barrier Reef hitman, you'd be in real trouble right now.
OK, what's your point?
Well, all the creatures out in the reef may look cute and colourful, but out there in the ocean, it's every fish for itself. There are dangerous hitmen round every watery corner, so we have to be prepared for today's show.
Hitmen? Gem, fish aren't hitmen.
Yes they are. They're biters, spearers, and boxers.
Yeah, OK, give me that. OK, it's time to face our scary predators.
Hitmen, armed and dangerous. Introducing our first ocean hitman, the tiger shark.
Bonjour.
Sleek, shiny and stealthy, heavyweight of the sea and granddaddy of the ocean. You can see why these guys have been around for more than 400 million years.
400 million years? Wow, he looks good on it, if a little scary.
Well, he doesn't even have to try. He was born a predator and he knows it.
He doesn't look much like a tiger though, does he?
Well, he's called the tiger shark because of his distinctive side stripes. The largest one found was over 7 meters long.
Whoa. Hang on a minute. That's like the length of 3.5 Peter Crouches. Ah, is that a rotting turtle that he's eating? That's gross.
Yeah, and he's got pretty filthy eating habits. They call him the garbage man of the sea because he'll eat anything. This rotting, stinking turtle is perfect for him. I mean, who else in the ocean has the jaws to crunch through a turtle shell?
Well, apparently they've found all sorts in this garbage guts. License plates, tyres, bottles, tin cans, tennis shoes, plastic bags, human head.
Human head? What?
Yep, you name it, it's been found in a tiger shark's belly. So, in our interconnected Barrier Reef family, who is connected to this greedy guts? Enter our next hitman.
Excuse me?
Yo, what's up?
Help!
He's a flat-faced prowler skulking around the murky mangrove forest at night. Meet the sawfish.
What's for dinner?
Whoa, look at that snout. You can see where it gets his name. He can't need that many teeth, surely.
Well, he uses his serrated snout like a metal detector. Well, actually, it's more like a metal detector, vacuum cleaner and spiky baseball bat rolled into one.
Cool.
He's the ocean slasher. The electrosensory pores in his saw snout can detect movement and heartbeats from a distance. One slash is all it takes to bring the victim down.
G'day, mate.
Or he simply uses his suction snout to swallow his victim whole.
Impressive stuff.
Uh-oh.
So the sawfish attacked by shaking its toothy snout, and the tiger shark shakes its entire body to tear off food. Our slashing shaker, the sawfish, is connected to our tearing shaker, the tiger shark, because they are both shaking hitmen.
Ah, look at his pretty shell. I'm sure I've seen one of these on the Blackpool beach. He's not a great mover though, is he? In your own time, love.
Well, he may look sweet and innocent, but he's not. What? He's a true sea stalker. He hunts at night. Silent but deadly, he creeps along the ocean floor until...
I'm gonna get you.
Well, until it's too late.
Yeah, maybe you don't get them in Blackpool after all.
Do you see his tongue? Well, on the end there's a tooth, but not just any ordinary tooth. A barbed tooth that stabs its prey like a poisoned dart. The speed of attack together with his deadly venom mean that he's not someone you'd want to cross or make cross.
Am I missing something here? Deadly venom? But it's a snail.
I know, but he has one of the most deadly venoms in the ocean, capable of killing people.
Yep, that's pretty deadly.
And rumour has it, he can start digesting his food before his prey have even died.
Ew, what you mean so he's chewing them and killing them at the same time?
Yeah.
All this from something that's basically a sea snake.
So, what do you think connects this shell to the sawfish?
The sawfish has hundreds of teeth on the outside, but the cone shell has just one deadly spearing tooth that you don't want to mess with. I got it, the connection is teeth.
Of course.
This is how the most venomous animal in the world kills its victims. Spring-loaded stingers in the tentacles shoot through the skin and inject deadly toxins into the blood vessels.
But he's just a jellyfish.
He's silent, ghostly, and pale. Apparently, these guys are so hard to see that for years no one even knew they existed. And no wonder. Who would have thought that a creature made almost entirely of water would turn out to be the deadliest animal on the planet?
An invisible hitman. Now that is scary.
What's more, their prey have no chance. The box jelly has 60 tentacles. 5,000 million stinging barbs, can be up to 4 meters long, and has 24 eyes. You see, people think they drift, but they actually swim with jet-like propulsion and can travel at a speed of 1.8 meters every second. That's as quick as we can walk, which if you think about it, isn't bad for something with no legs. And they prefer shallow waters, just like paddlers and swimmers, which is one of the reasons they've killed even more people than the great white shark.
Yeah, remind me to paddle in full protection next time. So are these box jellyfish common?
No, not massively, and they only exist in tropical waters, so don't worry, you won't bump into one in the UK or Europe this summer. On a lighter note, though, they apparently have 64 bottoms. Just as well they don't eat beans.
64 bottoms. Don't they get confused? The cone shell had deadly venom too, didn't he? Just like the box jellyfish.
That's right, the box jelly and cone shell are very definitely venomous hitmen. So the connection between the box jelly and the cone shell is venom.
So which hitman is linked to our silent but deadly box jelly? I like these. Some of the best lookers in the ocean. Bright, colourful and graceful, like pretty flowers blowing in the breeze. Aww.
Don't be fooled, Gem. These are not flowers. They're anemones.
I'm scared.
Living animals who set up camp on coral and rock. And some anemones are best kept at arm's length.
I don't believe you. Anemones aren't dangerous. They're lovely.
Ah, but this character is an extreme anemone. You certainly wouldn't want to sniff this pretty flower. Its tentacles are filled with deadly venom. One sniff and the victim is a goner.
Huh?
No way. How?
Well, these gluttons hardly move. Well, they don't have to. They stop passing fish in their tracks with their pretty but deadly tentacles. Now you see it, now you don't. The fish gets swallowed whole. And there's more. An anemone's mouth doubles up as its bottom.
So they eat their prey whole through their hole. Hole through their hole. Get it?
They are some of the weirdest venomous creatures ever. 1 minute, as pretty as a picture. The next, Jabba the Hutt.
Hang on. So they have a vicious venom cocktail just like the invisible box jellyfish.
Aha, of course. The pretty but freaky anemone and deadly box jellyfish are connected by venom. A crab? Surely he's not that dangerous.
Well, not really, but this crafty dude is a little different.
Hang on a minute, what's he got on his hands? Pincers.
Well, the boxer crab hasn't got his own stinging cells, so he has to nick 'em. Pretty cheeky, eh? He borrows little anemones to ward off predators. It's what's known as a mutualistic friendship. There's loads of these in the reef. Animals kind of form a mutually beneficial relationship where they support each other to help them both survive.
Okay, so it's basically you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours.
Yep, and in this case the crab gets to ward off predators, but he also uses his flowery hands to mop up leftovers, so the anemone gets to eat as well.
Sorted. So he's a bit of a geezer hitman, isn't he? Ducking and diving to keep away enemies with his anemones.
Clever or what?
Well, he may be clever, but do you think he knows how ridiculous he looks? He looks a bit like a cheerleader crab. Give me a C, give me an R, give me an I, give me a B. What do you get? Crab.
Oh yes, more.
So you see, the harmless boxer crab uses our venomous anemone to turn himself into a bit of a hitman.
Okay, I get it. So basically, our boxer crab and anemone are connected as he pinches the anemone's sting with his pinching pincers.
Hey, amigos.
Ah, look at him cleaning out his hole. This little shrimp is very house proud. At first glance, a real cutie.
Huh?
If a little alien-like.
Well, he's called the mantis shrimp because he looks a bit like a praying mantis. But actually, he's got quite a few nicknames. He's been called a sea grasshopper, prawn killer, thumb splitter.
Thumb splitter? That doesn't sound very sweet and innocent. Are you talking about human thumbs?
Mr. Mantis Shrimp clubs his victims to death with a punch as fast as a .22 caliber bullet.
Whoa, not bad for a shrimp.
In the red corner, we have Super Shrimp. In the blue corner, we have Courageous Crab. Round one. Shrimp gets in there, but Courageous is braver than he looks. Good left hook, Courageous. Okay, round one to Courageous Crab. Round two. Oh, Super Shrimp delivers a painful blow. Crab hanging on in there. What stamina this young fellow has. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's all over. Courageous Crab has had enough of this onslaught. Shrimp is left with the prize, the crab's pincer. As well as a punch as fast as a speeding bullet, he also has awesome eyesight. Each eye has 3 pupils and he can see colour more than 3 times better than we can.
Wow, 3 pupils and 3 times better colour vision than us. I guess it might be like watching HD TV in 3D vision.
Yeah, something like that. He's got strength, agility, speed and vision and can attack prey much bigger than he is.
He's like that Amir Khan of the Sea World. He's small but deadly, a true mini hitman. Another boxing hitman, which connects him to the boxer crab with his stinging boxing gloves, right?
Exactly. Mr. Mantis Shrimp packs a punch, which links him to the bonkers boxer crab. Wow, you're right. They are a scary bunch. I'm not sure I want to be reminded, to be honest.
Well, too bad, because it's time for a reef cap. So, how did we get from our tiger shark all the way to our mantis shrimp in our hitmen lineup?
The tiger shark's shake is linked to the sawfish, who slashes and shakes with his toothy snout.
So his weapon of choice is teeth, along with the cone shell with his deadly spearing tooth.
Lethal venom links him to our ghostly but deadly box jellyfish.
They look like pretty flowers, but don't sniff the anemone. They have deadly stinging tentacles.
Which Mr. Boxer Crab nicks and puts on his pincers to make himself a ready-made hitman.
Just a shame he ends up looking like a cheerleader though, eh?
But his stinging right hook also links him back to our other punching hitman, the Mantis Shrimp. Whatever next?
Well, you haven't seen anything yet. Get yourself ready for one of the deadliest hitmen in the ocean. Take this.
What? What a water pistol? Gem, what good's a water pistol against a tiger shark? Gem, don't leave me! So, who's this then?
A blue ringed octopus.
Well, he's a bit of a looker, isn't he? One of the better looking octopuses I've seen, actually. Not that I think a lot about how good looking octopuses are, by the way. Hold on, did he just change colour? Play that again.
Yep, and he looks prettier when he's angry. When he's threatened, flashing blue spots appear all over his body.
I have a feeling that crab may not have long to live.
Yep, he's on the hunt.
See, I knew that crab wouldn't make it through this sequence. I told you, didn't I?
And now he's got him. It's time to spew his deadly venom. Despite being the size of a tennis ball, he has enough venom to kill 26 humans within minutes.
Hang on, hang on. You said that so casually, Gem. Did you just say enough venom to kill 26 humans? That's impossible.
Not when he has another trick up his 8 sleeves. You've seen him squirt, but then there's also the bite.
Come on, octopuses do not have teeth.
Well, worse than that, he's got a razor-sharp beak.
Of course he has.
He delivers his toxic saliva to paralyze the prey, so he doesn't get hurt by the crab's pincers, and he can bring down and paralyze a human just as quickly.
So, what on earth connects the shrimp and octopus?
They both have an obsession with destroying crabs.
Obviously.
He swims like an eel, but looks like a snake. What's going on here?
Well, he's a sea snake, just like his relatives, the land snakes, but with a nifty paddle as a tail.
That's evolution for you. Pretty cool, hey?
Yeah, it looks like this one, sunbathing.
No, he's just come up for a breath of fresh air. They might live in the water, but they're still reptiles, and so instead of gills, they have a lung, like us, and need to come up regularly to the surface to breathe. When they're running low, they can also obtain oxygen from their skin, particularly their bottom where the skin is thin.
Breathing through your bottom. I like it. So, why does he qualify as a hitman then? I mean, I know some snakes are dangerous, but not all of them, and he looks quite friendly.
Oh no, he's actually highly venomous. What? He may only inject a little bit of venom, but it's very, very strong stuff. But he's a selective hitman. He only uses his venom when he's really angry and will often give a non-venomous little bite first to warn off his predators.
And they love to look in nooks and crannies for their prey?
Yep, and of course they're the perfect shape for squeezing into tight spaces, but they aren't actually looking for their prey because snakes have bad eyesight, so they smell for it instead.
Well, he's pinned him against the wall. That's cheating.
When they find their victim, they don't waste any time. He bites, delivers the venom, and then it's lunchtime. I don't know what would be worse, being bitten by a sea snake or by a razor-sharp octopus beak.
Okay, so our slinky sea snake and blue-ring octopus are both venomous biters.
Next up, the white-tip reef shark.
What? More sharks?
Yep, on the Barrier Reef there are 125 species in the shark family, and none of them are the same. The white-tip reef sharks are strong, agile, and some of the hungriest hunters.
Yeah, but what makes them so different? I mean, all sharks can hunt, can't they?
Well, yeah, all sharks can hunt, but white tips treat hunting as a team sport. By day, they're hidden. But once night falls, the action begins. They hunt together in gangs of 3 or 4.
Oh, okay, they're like the gangsters of the reef.
Yeah, prey can hide all they want, but they have a hidden talent which allows them to get into smaller crevices. White tips have indestructible skin. Now, corals don't look too bad, but actually they are razor sharp. They would slice our skin open like a cheese grater, but not the white tips.
Super skin. Now that is awesome. And it looks like once they have their loot, they're not willing to share it, are they? Look, now this guy's got the blue fish in his gob, he's decided it's every shark for himself.
Absolutely. And combine this with a super sense of smell, hearing and electro sense, then if you're on this gang's menu, it's likely you won't make it through the night.
So like most gangs, do they tend to stay in the hood, homie?
Well, yeah, unlike some other sharks, they're not big travellers. They tend not to wander too far as they don't like leaving their patch.
Ah, so they get homesick. Well, that's sweet, kind of.
Glad you like this dangerous hunter. Did you think our hunting sea snake was cute as well?
Well, maybe sweet was the wrong word, but anyway. The white-tip reef sharks with their gang hunts and indestructible skin are connected to the shifty sea snake by hunting. Oh, deadly snakes, boxer shrimps, whatever next. Okay, it's time for a reef cap. So, how do we get from the mantis shrimp to the sea snake?
Our hitman shrimp is connected to the blue-ringed octopus because they share an obsession for destroying crab.
Yeah, it's a bit of a random link, that one.
Random, but very true. The scary, flashing blue-ringed octopus is connected to the slithering sea snake by their deadly venomous bites.
And like our second shark, Hitman, the sea snake hunts for prey in nooks and crevices.
Who on earth are left? There can't be that many more hitmen in the ocean. So who's connected to the white tips? It must be some big, deadly, scary, venomous creature, surely.
Well, not quite. In fact, he's right in front of you.
am I looking at? Cue Hitman, please.
He's there.
Or what's this? The invisible Hitman? I'm looking and there's just some coral. See, I'm learning. There's starfish and there's that plankton type stuff.
Our next hitman is the starfish, or sea star as the Aussies call them.
Okay, this one I don't believe. Starfish have to be the most harmless sea thing going. I mean, they just sit there looking like they should be on a Wish You Were Here postcard or something.
Dude, you are like so wrong. They hunt in enormous numbers. Once they're fully grown, they basically just go on the rampage eating coral.
There is no way a sea starfish can go on any rampage. I mean, can they even walk?
Yeah, they've got more than 20 legs and thousands of feet.
20 legs? But I thought they only had 5, like a star.
No, you're thinking of those English stars. You see, barrier reef sea stars are a whole different ballgame. What's more, they have no brain, but can still coordinate all their 20 legs to walk in one direction.
Amazing. They still look too harmless to be a predator, though.
Well, looks can be deceiving, my question-asking Chico. They may look sweet and innocent, but sea stars are covered in a toxic gel that really stings, not to mention the spikes. Ouch. And they have massive appetites too. They basically chomp their way through whole colonies of coral, leaving just a ghostly white trail of destruction. They eat in a huge army, devouring everything in sight.
Are you for real? That's so super sci-fi. So it's another gang of hitmen, just like the white-tipped reef sharks.
Quite right. So our spooky sci-fi crown of thorns is connected to our white-tip gangs because they hunt in gangs.
On to one of the reef's most common and colourful characters.
Hang on. Look, this show is supposed to be about hitmen, not pretty harmless fish. They don't scare me. I mean, look, they've no venom, they've no stinging tentacles, they've certainly not got a claw that can punch like a heavyweight.
You still haven't learnt that looks can be deceptive. Well, welcome to the barrier reef. Remember that creatures that look cute can often be dangerous predators. I thought you would have picked up on that one by now.
Well, come on then, sock it to me.
Okay, firstly, why do you think he's called a parrotfish?
Because he's pretty and colourful and he carries around a mirror with him that he headbutts.
Wrong. It's because he has not one, but 2 deadly sets of jaws and teeth which they use to demolish their prey. So their mouth looks like a parrot's mouth.
Wow, you're not wrong. Hey, look, they've also got the teeth of giant rabbits. They should be called parrot-rabbit fish. But seriously, though, what harm can they do? They're just fish.
Well, they may not qualify as a hit man, but more as hit men. These guys graze and graze and graze on algae, which they scrape off rocks and coral. This is why they have such rock-hard teeth. They need them to pulverise the bits of rock.
Sorry, still don't buy it. They're not hitmen.
Let me finish. Thing is, the parrotfish are greedy. They need more and more algae, and in order to get those algae supplies, they play dirty. Take this area of the reef, the home of the cute and gentle damselfish. The parrotfish decide they want a piece of the action, so they enlist the help of their mates by forming a huge big gang who then bully the damselfish out of their home and feed on their nice lush algae, leaving, well, a pretty empty area.
Oh, okay, so they're like gang hitmen then. Not so scary on their own, but when they're with their mates, they turn nasty.
Though not as innocent as he looks, the parrotfish and his chomping posse are connected to the crown of thorns sea star because they both gang up on coral. Hey, wake up! That's better.
He's a true Aussie hitman, this one, and probably the most deadly of all, the Australian saltwater croc, or salties as the Aussies call them.
Ah, look at his skin. It looks prehistoric.
Well, he practically is. Salties have been around for more than 200 million years.
No wonder he looks a bit worn out. I hear they've got quite a reputation in Australia.
Yeah, it's weird. They're completely admired and feared at the same time, especially in Oz. And the big salties can weigh up to 1,000 kilograms.
Hang on, that's the same as 15 people.
Yep. And they're masters of camouflage. They lurk in the water, staying as still as a rock or branch until they spot their prey.
Oh, bye-bye, cute animal.
That was a wallaby.
Yeah, you're right there. It was a wallaby.
The croc's most deadly form of attack is called the death roll, where he grabs his prey and rolls it powerfully under the water. They eat pretty much everything, including buffalo, wallabies, other reptiles, birds, sharks, and humans.
Ooh, remind me not to go paddling in the croc creeks.
Well, they don't really have a taste for humans, but they can sometimes be aggressive. One croc hassled some fishermen so much he had to be locked up in a police cell to calm down.
No way, croc criminals.
Well, his jaw is much bigger than the parrotfish's beak, but they are both mega toughies in the mouth department. So crocodiles are connected to parrotfish by their super strong jaws. They also shake their prey, which connects them to our first hitman, the tiger shark. Hey, I wonder who'd win in that face-off.
Are you sure it's safe to come out?
Yes, I've checked and double-checked the area. There are no signs of shrimps, octopuses or jellyfish anywhere. Come on, Barney, let's get on with the reef cat.
Okay.
I think we need to go over those connections again. We started with the tiger shark, who is linked to the slashing, shaking sawfish.
With his deadly soaring teeth, he is also connected to our sea stalker, the cone shell, with its deadly toothy spear. Who would have guessed that something so innocent could contain so much venom?
Which, of course, linked him to the deadly box jelly, with his 5,000 million stinging cells.
Our flowery anemone is also venomous, but not that scary, really. I mean, it's difficult to be scared of something that has a mouth that doubles up as a bottom.
You wouldn't be saying that if you were that blue fish.
Yeah, probably not. Anyway, the anemone is of course linked to the cheerleading boxer crab. On his own, he's not so deadly, but he borrows the anemone's stinging tentacles, which just about qualifies him as a hitman.
Boxer crab shares punching pincers with the mantis shrimp, whose knockout right hook makes him tiny but deadly.
Especially deadly to crabs, which links him to our super venomous blue-ringed octopus.
And don't forget his deadly bite, which connects him to the sea snakes.
And they can hunt down prey in any hole or corner, which links them to the white-tipped reef sharks, whose super skin allows them to find their dinner.
And they hunt in packs, which ties them down to our crown of thorns sea stars. They look harmless on their own, but in their starry army, they destroy any coral in their path.
Like the parrotfish, a rather scary-looking gang of rock chompers who force other reef creatures out of their homes.
Their super strong jaws connect them to our fearsome croc, the hitman that legends are made of.
And whose weapon of choice is shaking, leading us back to the tiger shark.
Phew, what a lineup. There are some dangerous hitmen in there. But you know what? I think we're safe now. We can put all our protective gear away.
Are you sure you want to put all this away? I mean, you never know when you might need it.
Oh, well, who's going to get us now? It's the end of the show.
You can stop the scary laugh now, Barney.
Gem? That's not me.